So I just had a eureka discovery moment on the BTC daily chart. Ignore some of it. Actually, I can turn some of this stuff off. This was some time cycle work I was doing. I'll leave that one on just for whatever. And then these Elliots, I guess I can turn those off. Elliots and correctives. Okay. So I've been trying to tinker around with not treating tops as a moment, not chasing selling this wick and being happy selling anywhere in here, buying anywhere in here, selling anywhere in here. I want to fight that instinct to sell this and to wake up this day and be like, well, it's 64. It was 69 yesterday. Like, I can't sell here. I'm selling the bottom. All these things that you tell yourself while you hodl too long or whatever the case may be. So I found price is just absolutely shit in the bed right now. I decided to try some Fibonacci circles. I try not to move my chart as much because I know it's hard for people to follow. Okay. So I threw a Fibonacci circle on here from the peak to this point. And the problem with these is that you're oftentimes just randomly choosing a point. Let me unlock this just now. But I pulled it out to where it made sense for price. So we had price fight with this level. We had price carry here. We definitely had price find support here. It broke through and found support here. Right? It just made sense to me in some way. It was resistance here. See all that resistance? And then it was support. Turned from resistance to support here. It was resistance, support all through here. When it broke this support, it was a big bleed out. Rejection, support, support, following through there. Rejection, skyrocketed through. And then as it falls through all these fib levels, there's support and resistance along the way. So it fought to retake this, couldn't do it. Blew through, found support on the next, found support on the next. Tried to find support on the next, but it was just resistance. So while it seems like an arbitrary pull, it makes a lot of sense on the chart. I really liked this support. The fact that pulling forward in time showed such great support here and here, and resistance here. So that's where I chose to put it. Just plop. There she is. Then I threw another one on. I'm going to blank this first one out so we can see what's going on here. This one's a bit further back, and it literally goes from the peak to the valley before. And it shows the same thing. It's great support through here. Really nice support through here. I liked it here. For whatever reason, I threw it on. It definitely was resistance. Caught us there. Yeah, I liked it. That's the only thing I can say about it. I fucking liked it. So I threw both of them on. And I just was tinkering, playing, looking. And I'm watching price. And I was like, wow, price is coming up on a convergence here. Do convergences mean a lot? I don't know. Let's see. Here was a convergence. Something happened there. It's hard to see convergences. Here was a convergence. Big move. Here's some convergences. That was a big move from 47 to 52. There's a convergence. This line and this line, right? Are there any more? Price is approaching one there. It never hits. Where else? Here. That was a moment. This was a big moment of support and a big moment of the actual huge downfall that came after. So we had a convergence, and I really don't like fib circles. So I was like, whatever. I turned them off. So let me go see if a Gann fan will do better for me. So I just threw a simple fan on, tinkered with where to put it. I liked this setup. The 1-1 kind of runs through is resistance, resistance, breakout, retest, support, support, a bounce. Okay. Resistance, resistance, breakout, resistance. It worked. Even after we fell from 47.9 to 27, it was support. So I liked it here. I liked the fact that it worked here, and then the very next level up was clearly support after the breakout. So I left it. And then I went and did all this other stuff, you know. I do have an Elliott. I did draw an Elliott here because this is clearly an impulsive move down, and it can be subdivided into 5 waves. And this move can be subdivided into 1, 2, 3 corrective. This can be subdivided into 5 waves and is longer than wave 1. So all the rules are being followed here. It sure doesn't look like it. Let me check that. I feel like I've checked it multiple times though, so that's 52%. And that's 60%. So it looks smaller, but it's larger. It is what it is. So this could be, we could be nearing the end of wave 3. And I went and did all this other stuff, and then I came back and I turned back on the Fib Circles. And look at what's happening here. The Gann fan that I drew on its own is intersecting perfectly with the convergence on 2 of these right here at 16,160 price. So what if it's almost certain that we come play with this apex, right? I feel like this is very significant. And so I said, well, what is this price level? What can it be? Why is everything converging there on my chart? Look at this horizontal line. It is the exact low from November of 2020. The exact lowest point that you could possibly find before we went absolutely parabolic. The last great buying point of the past few years. This was a pretty good buying point as well. But this was like a confirmation that we were going to completely go ham. So there's a lot pointing right here at this being the end of wave 3. The key thing about all this is even if we stay out of the market, stay patient, let price finish whatever it's going to do, because keep in mind that Celsius gets liquidated somewhere under 17. So it's if you look at these daily candles and the size of them from 26 to 22, that's almost 20% in a day. If Celsius gets liquidated at 17.6, for instance, it's only a 10% drop to 16.15 or whatever this exact number is. So I find it hard to stomach that Celsius could get liquidated or all the Moon Boys could get liquidated and we would stop here. I don't know what's going to happen with price, but I know that this is a magnet. Price is going here. Price is going to 16,150-ish. So let me turn on the 4-hour. There's also a key fib time cycle coming up on the 12th. Let me throw a vertical line there. on the 12th. Right there. There's a key fib time cycle coming up here. And I found that the best entries are here. Basically what they are is when you move, price is coming down into the end of this fib time cycle, somewhere here, a little over halfway through the month of July, will be your opportunity to go long on a reversal. And there is a lot of room here, guys. There is a lot of room to the upside on a recovery because none of this is significant resistance. It's there. People are gonna buy and sell it and put stops and all that shit right here. But it's nothing like this. Like what we've battled through here has been touched and retested and banged against. There's so much volume that happened through all these levels and so little volume that happened here. So these won't hold the way the other ones held, which is also probably why we blew through them so quickly. Case in point, the exact reason why this happened so easily is because those didn't matter as much as all the other highs and lows that we had confirmed over and over and over. So I'm watching this, I'm watching it closely, and I'm expecting something to change here. One thing about this fib time cycle ending is like if we come here and we just have this sicky nar bounce, you know, and we start curling up parabolic along this fib circle, this may be the point where you get out because that could be the end of wave 4. You may be looking at a $23,000 I mean, there's a lot of room here too. You know, there's not a lot of resistance here. This thing could come back and test this low. Or this low. This seems most likely. Seems most likely that it'll come and test this nonsense. Let's say we go there. 27.4 is a long way from 16. So there's a lot of money to be made on a bounce. And yeah. I got a lot running through my head right now with this that I just discovered, but trade wisely, do with this information what you will. I think there was one more thing I threw on here. Oh yeah. Trend-based fib extensions. So the trend here from this thing I pulled, it was high, low, high. And it's telling me that D1 is at 1217. If the one's at 1217, 107, I don't think it bleeds through here immediately. I honestly think we're going to go 1, 2, somewhere in here. It doesn't have to go that high. I mean, let's be reasonable. And then this will probably be 12. Wherever that ends up happening. That's what I expect to see. And I found on Elliott's very often the wave 5 doesn't go that far past wave 3. Percentage-wise, we'd be looking at 47%, which is exactly, just from what I just drew here, 47% is almost exactly what we dropped from here to here. And wave 5 is usually the same length as wave 1. So those are my targets. This is how I'm going to trade this. I expect it to pull in, curl up, sell off. And this can happen like this. It can happen here, you know, like barely past. You never know. But these are my updated projections. Trade wisely, my friends.